I invite Professor V. Ramgopal Rao Garu to address the gathering.
Good morning to all of you. Shastri Garu, Dr. Satish Reddy, Dr. M.S. Rao and P.G. Rao and of course so many dignitaries here. Very happy to be here. In fact, when I was at IIT Bombay as a professor in the electrical department there, one day Dr. B.S. Murthy, who is currently the director of IIT Hyderabad, so he brought Dr. Shastri Garu to me in Bombay, and then he said, he has developed these materials and we don't know what's happening and where they can be used, and this is the process that is used and all of that. So I did not know anything about Vedic sciences or anything like that. But I am more of my research involves, more of applications. And so when I saw the materials he was working on, I got interested. But then, being a scientist myself, I wouldn't trust something unless I do things and on my own and verify what one is saying. And then because there was a lot of chemistry, the process he was following it involved multiple steps and all of that. And then I called the people from chemistry department, the faculty from chemistry department. We had half a day brainstorming session to understand what he is doing, why is he doing all those, why is he following all those process steps and all of that. I think what my chemistry colleagues at IIT Bombay told me was, in a modern lab, you use all modern techniques and use many of these materials in their synthetic form. And what he was doing was using ancient techniques, using the same materials in the pure form. For example, he would use curd, imli and all of that. Now you don't use curd, imli and all of it to produce nanomaterials. You use the synthetic variants of that. So they finally figured out that the process basically involved use of these materials in their purest form, and then finally coming up with the kind of materials that he was able to produce. And that interested me. And I was also puzzled why so many, hundreds of years ago, those people, without any access to the modern techniques, how could they evolve these processes? What must have gone in their mind, to mix these materials and to follow the process? So being a scientist myself, I was fascinated by, whatever that was happening. And then we got interested. I was chairing a committee in Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology in India, in the Government of India. Then we wrote a proposal, and then we got funding, and he would develop the materials and my students will use them for various applications. And then we were able to publish many good papers. In fact, some of these are in top journals, and the papers would easily get accepted because nobody had done anything like that. So whatever you publish, whatever you say, eventually gets published. So in fact, those students who worked on his materials, now they're all, so one of them is in London, one is in the US, and they're all doing very well in their careers. So that's how my journey with him began. And it was very fascinating what he is doing. In fact, what he was doing at that time and what he is doing right now. And now I know Dr. Satish Reddy as the chairman DRDO. So he was able to, get some DRDO labs interested and develop these materials for a variety of strategic applications. And I think, you have seen Dr. Shastri's presentation. It's amazing kind of a work. Coming from a totally modern kind of a background, I get fascinated by whatever is happening. But I think we need more Shastris, so we need more people like him to bridge the ancient science with the modern science. I personally haven't found anyone other than that. He is the only one who is able to bridge that gap. And I meet many people, they talk out of thin air, and then you don't really get excited by that. And we have, of course, a lot of modern scientists, but they have no idea what was there in those books and what was written and how to decipher all of that knowledge. There is nothing that you can do. But he is the only one who is able to bridge that the modern with the ancient thing. And I think maybe through SRIVT, he needs to do more. I think we need to probably get some degree granting status, and we need to have a lot of people to get trained in some of these processes. And I think at least in BITS Pilani, I will be quite keen to collaborate with him and then see what kind of courses we can offer, because we can offer degrees from BITS Pilani, and we can even offer certificates and diplomas. And since we have that status, and since he is somebody who is very unique in that respect, can we design some courses, make them available to large cross section of people, so that more and more people will be able to use this knowledge and do something useful for the society today. And I think I will be quite keen to take some of these aspects forward. And science is one thing where who is saying what doesn't matter. Even Einstein 100 years ago predicted gravitational waves. Nobody took him seriously, right? Until they were proven, the gravitational waves were proven just about 5-6 years ago. There were no Nobel Prizes or nothing. Now the Nobel Prize was given to gravitational waves, not to Einstein who predicted them, but to people who actually proved that gravitational waves exist. Now gravitational waves is a tool to explore the space and all of that. And that's how science works. In science, whether it is Shastri or Einstein, doesn't matter what they are saying. Until it is proven, it just remains as theory. But I think we need more practitioners of science now to prove the kind of theories that Dr. Shastri has been able to discover in all those texts. And I think it has to become a big national movement. My only worry is all these politicians talk about it and say many things, but finally when it comes to funding these projects, when it comes to providing the financial support, I haven't seen many of them coming forward and doing anything, and I think that's the biggest concern. So I think some of us who are involved in this work, who appreciate what he is doing, I think we need to join hands, and BITS for one will definitely do that. Dr. Mohan Rao is here. He, of course, CCMB former director and very well-known scientist, and he is now with BITS Pilani system. And I think if we can write some joint proposals, organize some courses, and all of that will be nice. Even Dr. Satish Reddy now is also connected with BITS Pilani. We just started a Center for Research Excellence for National Security, and which he will be helping us build that whole activity. And I see so many materials here which are important from the national security point of view in terms of developing new missile systems, new bulletproof shields, and all of that. And if we can also use these materials and jointly develop some projects and all of that, that will also be nice. I think for one, would continue this collaboration and would want to bring out some of these for the use of the country. Thank you very much. Thanks.